on, everybody? Christian Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a quick video here as we are just over a week away from Super Bowl Sunday. Over 2 weeks. Or, well, no, less than 2 weeks. Over one. Or around 10 days. Looking at Jalen Hurts. We're going to get some great content for the Super Bowl. We'll get a preview video. Will we go live? We'll see what work looks like for me. But we look forward to the game. The Eagles and the Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes is like 26, 27 years old, could win his second. Jalen Hurts could get his first, but also, and listen, by the way, I did not get the list of Oklahoma quarterbacks, and I apologize, but as far as Alabama goes, Jalen Hurts technically did start for 2 seasons at Alabama, stayed an extra year behind Tua, so he did spend 3 years at Alabama. This is not a video about who's claiming Jalen. Both teams, I think, should claim him because he went to both schools. But as far as an Alabama quarterback in the Super Bowl goes, you have 3 former Alabama quarterbacks. You have Bart Starr, which was back in the 60s. I think it goes back to 65 and 66, maybe 66 and 67. It's one of those two. I know 66 was involved. I just cannot remember if it was actually the first one or not. But it was around that time, Bart Starr with the Green Bay Packers won the first 2 Super Bowls and went back-to-back to get us started in the Super Bowl era. Then you look at, right after that, literally right after that, you had Joe Namath with the Jets. Super Bowl III, Super Bowl MVP, great defense on that team, Joe Willie Namath. And you also had Super Bowl 11, Ken Stabler, was also in like the 60s and 70s, but he got his Super Bowl win with, believe it or not, at the time, the Raiders used to be in Vegas before they went to Oakland. So it was with the Las Vegas Raiders before they went to Oakland, and then obviously now they're back in Vegas. But those are 3 Alabama quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. And it might sound kind of crazy, right? Like, oh, Alabama, they have so much success in the NFL. I guess it depends on how you look at it, right? Like, do you look at it from the perspective that Alabama quarterbacks haven't had success in the NFL? Or do you look at it from the fact, like, that's crazy that it's only 3 guys considering what Alabama produces in the NFL? It kind of goes both ways, right? Like, that it's only 3, and we've had 57 of these games, 56 going on 57 this year. So yeah, Ken Stabler, Bart Starr, Joe Namath, 3 Alabama quarterbacks within 4 different games, within a decade. So, I mean, it's incredible to see that. And again, like I said about Jalen Hurts, I'm not here to claim him as an Alabama quarterback, even though I like to think of him as one, because, I mean, look, he's both. He is both a Oklahoma quarterback and an Alabama quarterback, and that's fair. That is fair to say, right? Because, he was at both schools. So, and you look at Oklahoma quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. I'm just going to be honest. I tried to research that, and I couldn't find but only one. I can't even remember his name, and I didn't write it down. But, Oklahoma quarterbacks compared to Alabama quarterbacks, it's really not that many, unless you guys can find it for me and tell me why I'm wrong about that. Again, I'm not here to take anything away from, like, Oklahoma quarterbacks in the NFL or anything like that. But the point being is, if you look at Alabama quarterbacks, and if we are going to kind of put Jalen in that category, Bart Starr, Joe Namath, Ken Stabler, in the early years of the Super Bowl. Is that part of the modern era of football? It's the early era of football, at least for the NFL. It used to be like the AFL, NFL World Championship, and then we got into the Super Bowl era, which I consider the modern time. So when I look at Bart Starr, when I look at Ken Stabler, when I look at Joe Namath, in the Super Bowl era, yes, Alabama has had quarterbacks win the game. It's just been such a long time. Jalen, we wish you the best of luck. Whoever, wants to claim you, Oklahoma or Alabama, doesn't matter. To me personally, he'll always be an Alabama quarterback. He did what he had to do. And let's not forget, too, that his final season in Alabama, he didn't start. Tua won the job, and Jalen Hurts could have transferred, but he stuck it out. He won that game over Georgia, and he carried the team on his back to get us in the playoffs. That's all I got left to say. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. I love y'all. Peace out, and good luck to the Eagles and Chiefs next Sunday, not this weekend. We'll watch the Pro Bowl.